age, I've always loved to teach and train people. And I used to teach little dance lessons at secondary school. And that kind of evolved into a career in teaching, and I used to teach secondary school children. And then as I grew older, I preferred the world of corporate training because I really appreciated being able to upskill people within their roles. That's really motivating for people, and people really enjoy to do well in their role. It helps to drive people and makes their lifestyle and their whole life a lot happier. I eventually went into management, so now I train management courses, administration courses and customer service. And I just combined my personal work experience from my job roles in supermarket, reception roles, administration roles, management, and brought them all together to be able to support other people. The most favourite part of the job role is undeniably building that relationship up with the apprentices. So I'd like to think that I have great bonds with the apprentices that I train. I'm quite different in the sense that I train a lot more individually and a lot more often because I do a remote setting of training. So it means that we just kind of form quite good friendships as well as a really structured learning environment. So I really love to see it when people are successful on the courses. So some of the key skills that business administrators need is to be organised. So time management and organisation skills are really important, but they're not always something that comes naturally to people. As part of that first 6 months on the apprenticeship, I also try and support people to meet the deadlines, to create work that is of the quality that we need in the apprenticeship, and also communicate effectively in the sessions with me, and also be able to communicate well verbally and present themselves accordingly. It's definitely around the skills of presentation, professionalism, communication, and time management and organisation. So not all apprentices have an easy journey in a learning environment, and some people can really struggle in a generic classroom environment as well. The differences with my courses, with them being remote, is that it's easily adaptable, and we always accommodate for an individual. So we can schedule the sessions which suit you and your employer. We can make them more practical so that you're not having to listen if engagement is an issue that you have. I can also motivate all of my apprentices in a very specific way that's individual to them. I can do that for every apprentice, even if they don't have any specific additional learning requirements. That's the type of strategy that we go with all of the apprentices that we have to make sure that it's a motivating and engaging learning experience. So I have a background in secondary school teaching. I've been to university myself, but I also have a lot of close friends and family that do apprenticeships. So I have a very unbiased view of this situation. Some people really enjoy a learning environment where they are soaking up as much knowledge as they can. Certain people enjoy the activity of report writing or creating presentations, but some people, that's their worst nightmare. So for something like an apprenticeship, you actually get to earn a wage and learn the required skills that you want and gain work experience at the same time. So it's a really great option for people that are a little bit frightened or put off by a generic learning classroom, college, university environment. Another bonus to doing an apprenticeship is that you're also learning to network within an organisation. So one aspect of a degree that personally I can say that I didn't get the experience from was actually networking, working with other people, learning about a business and how that works and how to support a business and be involved in a real life working environment. I feel like that experience alone, not just the job role, really set me up to progress in my career a lot quicker than personally I felt that my degree did. So I feel that as a tutor, I kind of feel like I'm the one that's learning all the time as well. So what I've learned as a tutor at Skills for Security is I have definitely learned to be a lot more flexible than I was before. And that flexibility really helps the apprentices that we have to be able to adapt and suit them for whatever their needs are. One of the biggest flexibility that I think I've developed in is developing a flexibility to the organisation and the sector that they work for. So I can accommodate through my work's experience and knowledge at Skills for Security, I can accommodate for specific fire and security industries and organisations. I understand the type of roles that I'm training, and I also understand the pressures, the difficulties that the organisations face, as well as how their work activities work. So that kind of helps to be able to make sure that my apprentices are all successful, and again, adapt and be flexible to suit them and the employers. As a tutor, I like to make sure that I'm a really great role model. So I make sure that my personal development is also a priority. So as part of that, I always make sure that I have all the mandatory training that's required for a tutor role. So safeguarding, prevent, consent, but also ensuring that my training support of additional learning needs is always more than adequate. Other things that I do personally is that I'm also very keen to be the best teacher and tutor that I can be. So as part of that, I also read teaching and training magazines, and I also like to take part in online CPD that's applicable to making sure that my assessment of material is of a high quality and that I can make sure that I can accommodate in a remote learning environment.